have been a big player just like me. I'm sure everybody will disagree about that. Well, we do have all six players from both teams on the server. I think we are about to go live. So once again,
let's follow.
Yeah, go on. We can watch Kane on the first middle.
Opting for the equaliser rollout. That's a big decision from Kane.
We actually have both demo man arriving roughly the same time, and the two scouts also. No one really taken any initiative so far. Tom, the Roman soldier, bombing onto the beach. He takes him down very, very early, but goes down in return. So at the moment they have the demo man advantage, and it's just looking like both teams taking it very safe. Nobody really committing to the point, although clanda know they have the disadvantage with the demo man down, and Kane doing his work, walks across the point with his medic, takes the point, and yeah, it's a strong middle from them. Good bombing from Tom on the Roman soldier. Gets the advantage for his team very, very early on, and yeah, fair play for him. So it looks like it's going to be a free spire. It doesn't look like
Red are going to contest this point from balcony.
They have a couple of players, but it doesn't look like they're really committing. They need to commit as a team if they're going to try and push this. And in fact, they're just going to opt for this this forward hold. So what do you think of this kind of play? Like they do have the Uber. Do you think it's a wise move?
I do think it's a wise move when it's Uber versus Uber, especially when it's a team like this.
Yeah, when teams are both, I guess, a little bit shaky, and especially in officials where people don't want to make too many mistakes, it's a good time to do it because people will start peeking into the doors and you can get free frags. And actually, yeah, as I say, that Honky coming into the bottom right tries to get some time onto the point, but gets spotted by a scout and he's going to get taken down. So it's a free frag for them, and it's actually just one scout for one. And in fact, Kane getting taken a sticky trap from beach. That's going to give them an advantage, and I think they're looking to try and push out with that. Although, like I said, both teams wanting to be a little bit careful, knowing that they need to get their full 6 points out of this game, and they don't want to commit after just picking that one player. And now both teams have 6 players up, and Team English are just sat back on their choke point now. They're just waiting. They don't need to play aggressive, and yeah, they're playing it quite smart so far. So let's see if
Team English actually opting for a heavy, which is interesting on Badlands at least.
Yeah, it's a weird play on the last point. I guess it's kind of common. You can see teams pushing last point with it fairly regularly, but it's not something you see every day. And yeah, I think it's quite a smart play. They can buff up and just use their advantage with the heavy to just take room. And the Ubers actually come in from main, pops both Ubers, and the scout just runs straight onto the point completely unchecked. And in fact, it was Golden. Sorry, I made the mistake. Golden with his pain train. So doing work that gets onto the point, stickies it up, and just takes a couple of frags and yeah, clean up for them. So really great round for them, and puts clanda on the back foot early on, and that's something they definitely don't want in this official. In fact, Golden with a big sticky jump fails, goes into the valley, and so the entire team is now opting to come valley and take us for the second middle, Jackkai.
All right, then we have the blue team on the valley. It's 2 players down for blue, 2 players down for red. We have the medic opting to stay around the blue shithouse. Kane's and the medic walking in through the shithouse now, and blue have won that point quite decisively. They're going to walk ahead and take the red spire.
Yeah, it's pretty strong from them. It looked like clanda were just going to try and be aggressive, force them to fight in the valley, but in fact, Team English just held their ground, stayed in the valley, but they didn't. Their DM was just superior in that particular fight, and yeah, like I said, they come out on top. So nobody really getting any cap time here, and it's looking like clanda will be able to defend. They have a soldier up on the spire at the moment, and just rotating around the spire, and the medic is in a weak position. He's had to use the Uber, and Roman soldier Tom going down as well. So this isn't a good trade for them at all. Although yeah, the Uber comes out now finally from clanda, but they're going to be able to push them back to choke, and the medic's in fact completely caught out of choke here. Yeah, he gets taken down by a pipe from beach. Well played from him, and yeah, with an extra couple of picks, they're looking to look to push onto middle. So tell me, what do you think went wrong for Team English on that push?
They just didn't take the trash fast enough, therefore losing the medic, or well, making the medic had to pop faster. So if you pop first, you're gonna lose. Unfortunately, that's what happens 90% of the time.
It's actually the back cab just come in, Honky getting onto the spire and just completely unable to block it. So Beach hits a sticky on him, and he's actually coming behind Beach, picks him off, and now he's going to try and just do damage from behind. Yeah, Honky doing great work, gets the back cab and then 2 frags, and that's going to let his team control spire and keep the cap. So really bailing them out of a tight situation there, Honky, and it's kind of the play I was expecting from him, trying to dominate the flanks like he did.
Team English should be able to go straight down main now and cap it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna look to push. Although there's a pick just come out in the opposite direction, and that's something that they definitely need. Is Beach now getting an extra frag, and Golden just doing work again. He's going to try and walk onto the point, and the stickies are blown, and he gets taken down. So it's just going to come down to deathmatch. And in fact, the positioning there for clanda was pretty weak. The 2 soldiers just walked around the back of him and just took the cap. So it's 2-0 now to Team Ingrish, and I think that's going to give them a lot of confidence, and the momentum's definitely with them now. So let's see, what do you think they're going to opt for in the middle? Hopefully they're going to try something different to try and shut down this Roman soldier Tom. Yeah, take us through the middle again, Jackkai.
Okay, we've got both demos going for the average rollout.
Tell me about Kane. What's he doing?
What is Kane doing? Kane's sitting on the train as a normal pocket. He's going to take out one soldier. Will he get the second one? He's going to follow him through into the house. Getting the second. Oh, he's not getting the second soldier there. He's on the medic though. He's on the, and he takes down the medic.
You say he's on the medic. It looked a lot like the medic was actually on him for whatever reason. Bones is going aggressive with his Uber Sword straight through the choke onto Kane, who was actually playing incredibly defensive back in the choke point. And yeah, he doesn't manage to get the Uber Sword. Medic now goes down. Soldier that's in on the flank goes down as well. And it's some really questionable play from the medic of clanda there, and that could really cost them. And Honky again just opting to go straight for the Spire. He's already on Spire, taking that cap for his team. And yeah, they're looking very strong at the moment, and it just doesn't seem like clanda has much answer. They're flaking a bit around at the moment, making poor decisions, and they need to just hold it together.
Like I said, my prediction is fairly right. I could sense a 5-0 from Team Ingrish at the moment, because Team clanda aren't really doing much to counter what Team Ingrish are doing.
Yeah, exactly. They need to just take the time over decisions and not try and rush it just because they're a couple of rounds down. It's only 2 rounds with 23 minutes left. They can easily turn this around. And at the moment, it's clanda with the Uber advantage, and Susu's going to have it soon, so it's not going to make much of a difference. But I think they are opting to try and push forward, do a little bit of damage, maybe force the Uber. And Team Ingrish just rotates around and goes down main, uses the Uber early, and Beach actually gets taken down in the Uber. Bonus dropping him there, and that's a really crucial drop. The team now has, clanda has a really bad positioning on the point, and the spam's just going to come in. Huge damage from Tom, or he's going to get taken down this time by the Uber Sword. Bones. And
great Uber Sword there.
Yeah, so Bones actually making up for his mistake from before, although he gets taken down now by Golden with a huge stickies that's going to clean up and win the round for his team. So massive play.
Surprisingly well this game.
Yeah, give us a lowdown. Who do you think's like carrying so far? Who do you think's playing well? Kane obviously with the top points, but
well, Kane with the top points, like we expected. But Golden is actually doing quite well. Really carried us with damage. I expect if you look at the logs, he will be doing 90% of the damage for the Team Ingrish.
A full 90%.
A full 90%.
In fact, Team Ingrish taking this Valley rollout again, and they're just going very aggressive. Tom again picking up the demo, and that's really crucial for them. In fact, he's got another frag onto the medic, and Tom there with his bomb onto the choke point gets down the demo medic, and it's absolutely crucial for clanda that they don't fold to that kind of pressure, and they're really just letting him get away with what he wants. The equalizer soldier getting onto the medic and doesn't manage to pick him off. Tom having a huge middle. I think was that 4 frags for him.
Yeah,
a massive 3 or 4 frags, and yeah, he's really won the middle pretty much single-handedly by getting that bomb early, and great work from him.
clanda really just not changing anything though, just letting them lose this official.
Yeah, exactly. They're just piling on the pressure, and like I said, the momentum's definitely with them now, and they just need to show their composure and don't be afraid. Actually the soldier in top lobby, Wade just does a little bit of damage onto the flank, just onto the medic, gives him a bit of pressure, and yeah, he's done well. He's caused them to back off into Stonebridge from bottom lobby.
Susu with 40% advantage, but they are opting to go down main. They are pushing straight in without the Uber.
It's interesting here. They've got the stickies on the point still, and he's taking Golden taking a lot of damage from the scout there, and he didn't really need to push in so far. And as I say that, Kane just coming in with a huge frags, takes turn 2. He's just going to get the last one on this scout. Can he do it? The stickies are on the point still, so he's not going to be able to cap that even if he does. Scout comes in to assist him, gets the frag onto Abomination, and it's soldier and scout versus soldier, and he's on the point with a sticky support, but I just realised the demo's above the point. He needs to drop down and just help his team.
75%, so they will be able to push back in relatively fastly.
I don't really know why Beach was opting to sit above the point. Sure, he helped defend it, and Tom roaming again tries to get onto the point, not able to, gets taken down by the pocket soldier of clanda. But if he had actually dropped down Beach from above the point and helped his team, he could have easily picked up a medic frag there. And now, as it is, they have a full Uber advantage pushed onto the last point.
Yeah, Bones did get taken down in that last push, so he is low on his advantage, and Team Ingrish do have Uber, so they should just be able to push straight in through main and win it.
What kind of pushes do you like to favour for this last point? Obviously, it's
well, as a scout, I do like to just go straight in through bottom right with 2 scouts, just push straight onto point, and the soldiers going through main or top left.
Yeah, as I say, that the bomb actually comes in from main again. They're opting for the same push again and again, but it's working out for them. So why change it? Honestly, The frags are actually coming out there, and they're not managing to get this tiny last touch on the point that would cap them around. Kane getting taken out by the final scout, and it's almost a full team one. Yeah, massive defense from clanda. Abomination getting the frags he needs, and crazy after the Uber came in, they took down the medics so fast, and Susu, in fact, with some sick dodging, manages to avoid Abomination and avoid him and get through the back through the house. In fact, yeah, Bones is just sitting on the last point here with, he still has a disadvantage. He got taken down. Susu managing to stay alive is really crucial for his team there. It just means that clanda aren't going to be able to push out so easily. Beach putting some stickies up top left, and they're actually using a sniper right now to see if they can just get a pick, level things out while they have the Uber disadvantage. And yeah, in fact, I think Team Ingrish knows that they have a slight advantage, but they're playing it kind of defensive. They've climbed the spire, they've got into top lobby now, and there's actually a scout behind in. I just saw him going to trash. Yeah, he's in main, but he's not going to make anything happen. He's just going to come back into the last point from the main door. Takes a little bit of damage from Golden, but yeah, it's not going to be anything crucial. So tell me about the playstyles now. What do you think? Like, obviously one is definitely coming out on top of the other. But what does clanda need to do to try and turn things around here?
Well, overall, Bones just isn't charging that Uber enough. It's all coming down to the Uber charges mostly, and Bones has just never got it when Susu does.
As you say that, he actually does have the Uber as Susu does this time. So the Ubers are going to come in equal this time, and it's a single Uber from clanda, which is strong for them. But the flank coming in, doing a bit of damage. Golden gets taken down though. Honky with a return frag onto Goose, and in fact, clanda just dropping down all into this bowl, and they're just going to take shed loads of damage. And Beach doing a lot of work up on the top, just sticking the point, takes another frag onto the scout, but he's going to have to do huge work now. And Kane with his shotgun. Yeah, he just does exactly what he needs to do there. Just diverts the attention away from his medic who goes onto the point. It's a great play from Susu and Kane as the combo for Team Ingrish, and yeah, they've just won another round for them. So it's down to 4-0, and just they need a big round now. They've got 18 minutes left. It's definitely not impossible for them to come back. They just need to come out with a big round and have a big answer to what Ingrish has been dealing them so far. And middle's pretty much the same. Tom again coming in with this big bomb, and once again he gets a demo. It's just they need to shut him down. He's the main issue here, and I think clanda should just opt to back out as they are. The medic's all the way back, but he's hovering around choke a little bit too much. Again, just a very strong middle from them.
Yeah, the Team Ingrish scouts really do a lot on that middle as well with the jumping soldier. The scouts make sure that they do a lot of damage onto Team clanda there, but
it seems like they just have no defense on their demo man. So what normally is it that defends a demo man on these kind of middles? Where normally you'd have a scout on the train, but that doesn't seem to be working out for them. In fact, the bomb comes onto last straight away. They're looking to just take this 5-0 very quickly, and Stickies are still on the point. I think Beach just needs to take some time to direct his actual fire at the other team, and not rather than just defend the point. Especially when people are on scout behind the point now. He's not going to be able to do anything. He might try and take down the Abomination, but gets helped out by a scout. This is Tom, just bottom right, just causing some trouble. Takes down a scout, which is going to mean that their push out is very much halted, and they don't need to rush this. They get a couple of frags, and they could actually try and push this out now. They've got a scout and a soldier coming onto the spire, and yeah, the spams is coming in, doing a bit of damage. Bomb comes in onto the demo, misses the air shot. Tragic from that, and he just gets taken down by the scout there. So huge bomb in, could have been massive play, but doesn't get it. Although clanda are going to get the spire, and that's going to give him a little bit of confidence to try and push back, I imagine.
clanda are 3 players down now, whereas English are everyone up, so they should just be able to push straight down main and cap up again and take this game 5-0. Yeah,
it's a bit of a shame again. They just didn't really commit. They committed for a little while, then just backed out a little bit too early. Left some people in, gave away the frags that didn't need to be given away, and now yeah, like you say, they have the disadvantage onto the last point again. And Susu just managing again to have this uber advantage, and it's really crucial for them that they stop having these kind of situations. Bones need to just stay alive a little bit more maybe and play a bit more defensive. I don't know, but yeah, something needs to happen just to kind of level this out. Although it doesn't look like Team Ingrish realise they have the advantage in this situation, and I say that they're sending the scouts in. So yeah, he's actually got the Uber in time though, so it's well played from him. And 3 players already gone down for Team Ingrish. The medic just backing out through main. Yeah, they're going to run for it. So clanda will definitely be looking to push onto Spire, and they need to do it quickly. They picked off the roaming soldier on the bottom left, so there's just no threat now onto the last point. They are going to leave a soldier just to be sure. But they're already pushing out from main, but it's pretty slow. They already have their respawn. It's only Tom down now, and they're definitely going to be able to. Team Ingrish is definitely going to be able to contest the Spire, and they're putting a lot of pressure onto Beach, onto Stonebridge, and he gets taken down by great flank from the scout. Bomb comes in from Kane onto the Spire, and he just gets taken down with a huge shotgun. from way on the point, and yeah, he's going to finish off the cap, but another soldier just bombing in from behind, and again, they've just done the same situation where they've come out, they've committed, they've got the cap, but they've lost everybody in doing it, and they just haven't put enough pressure on the enemy team to force them to back out.
Susu will have the Uber for this last push now down main.
Yeah, it's kind of, again, it's the same situation. They're going to come in, the scout takes a lot of damage early, but the great switch, and he drops him though, that's a shame from Susu. Good switch early on, but manages to drop him just after. And they lost a couple of players, and again, this Uber push is just not working out for them. They've, it seems like clanda has actually finally come up with an answer to this push down middle, and yeah, it's completely stopped working. They need to get the pick onto Susu though, he's playing incredibly defensively, and he's just not getting taken down. A little bit weak, bomb comes in from Tom just to help him out, and yeah, he escapes again, and once again he's going to have the advantage.
We'll be able to block the Spire, and they will just be able to push the last again.
Yeah, so clanda, while they're doing everything right on these defenses in this round, but they really need to make something happen once they defend the Spire. Sorry, once they defend last, and then if they cap the Spire, as they have already done twice, they need to make something happen once that, and they need to just not give away such a weak position afterwards. So what exactly are they doing wrong? I can't actually see where people are dying. They just seem to be dying everywhere, all the time. And can you pinpoint any particular situation that people could back off a little bit more or whatever?
I think it's just the bottom left. The bottom left, the scouts are trying to get in a bit too fast. But even on that last push, they did figure that out, and they did actually send both scouts in top left. But still, people are still just getting picked off in positions where they shouldn't be getting picked off.
This is crazy. Abomination going in, obviously trying to force the medic on the Uber, but all he's done is given away a pick here, and I suppose it is crucial, but now Team Ingrish are going to look to push in the top left this time. Yeah, it looks like they're going to try and push in the top left, and they're taking soldiers this time, so they're taking Tom in first on the demo man after. Kane's just opting to sit on his top right. He helps to take down the scout once more. Ubers are traded, and Golden going down. He gets taken down far too easily in these Ubers, and the heavy on last point just managing to take down the scout, and once again, it's a 3-for-3 trade, and neither team really coming out on top, but obviously clanda retaining the point but unable to push out, so it's the same kind of situation. Kane trying to bully his way into top left just by spamming down. The heavy has plenty of HP though, and it's not going to work out too well for them. The scout goes down, and they're in a weak position now. They should be chasing aggressive. One scout's gone out down the bottom left, and yeah, they've already got the back cap on, and Susu in a very dangerous situation here, and I think clanda need to just put the pressure onto him now.
Yeah, well, one thing I've noticed about these last pushes is the Team English scouts are always trying to run onto that point, trying to go for the sneaky cap, which isn't going to work against the heavy. So that's one thing they could tighten up on, just get the scouts to actually stay up top and wait until that heavy's dead before they drop onto the point.
Yeah, they're focusing a lot, like say, on the cap. They've actually opted to take a heavy again. It worked for them before, and they're just going to take this heavy to try and counteract the heavy of clanda. So just taking him down the middle. He's going to come in behind the Uber, so he's not going to use any of the Uber in this fight. And Golden actually getting picked up this time, didn't get dropped, and he's going to be able to deal with a lot of damage. He actually gets taken down by a Secret Trapper Beach right at the end of that push, and Beach doing great work, gets another frag onto Kane, and he's saved his team this round, although they're trying to come back in top left with a heavy, and holding top lobby right now. Honky doing some great work, and the scout, a huge rocket from Blue Eagle, just takes down Susu. So finally Susu going down, and that's going to be the trigger they needed to push out, but actually they've done really great work in just holding this last point, but the fact it's taken them so long to push out means that there's only 11 minutes remaining now, and so the pressure is definitely firmly on them, and I think Team English will take that. It'll be a bit of a shame they haven't got the 5-0 so far, but they know that they have the control of this game still.
Susu's actually opting for a crit streak, now he knows he's behind on the overcharge, so this is an interesting play by Susu.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they kind of try to play differently when they know they have this. In fact, Tom getting another frag onto the flank is really huge for them at this kind of situation where it just slows their push down a bit. It means that they can be the aggressors onto mid. But Beach is trying to do a little bit of damage onto Choke, spamming in, but Team English playing very defensive. No one's going to get picked off here. Tom, in fact, going onto the flank and gets another frag, but gets killed in return. With a man advantage. Yeah, they're coming straight in. They're not even opting to bomb a soldier. The sticky comes out, and the Uber is popped in return, and now just Golden very weak on the choke point. They're not going to chase him for some reason. They're opting to just sit back, which is very strange. They just lost another player in the flank, and even though they Ubered and survived the crits, they've really just lost out on that one. Now they have the crits advantage. Sorry, Team English now have the crits advantage, and they're definitely going to be using that. And in fact, they've just given up the choke entirely. They have the scout behind. Honky once again doing work on the flank, gets behind them, and he's just meant that his team has to fall all the way back. In fact, it's a bit of a shame because Team English didn't realise, they didn't take full advantage of the situation, and they just reclaimed the choke position. But good play from Honky anyway, just diverting attention, slowing the push onto middle. In fact, the bomb just comes in. Tom gets taken down early this time, which is crucial for them. They need to take control that Roman soldier, and Blue Eagle going for the medic doesn't manage to take him down. Sadface doing a lot of work on Scout, and
Susu again doing a great escape after he got bombed, and he's now got the crit screen. He's going to be able to push straight onto the Spire.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, people are jumping in, and then they're just not actually. They're going in one by one, and even if they get a frag, even if they get 2 frags, they end up all just dying, and it's just the teamwork just doesn't seem to be there. It seems to be like they're trying to commit to these things and they're not committing fully. And even this crazy aggressive play from Golden, he goes into the trash, but he gets taken down by a soldier. The Uber comes out onto Stonebridge to try and defend the Spire, but there isn't actually anybody capping it at the moment, so the Uber's kind of wasted. He does a lot of damage to the soldier onto Stonebridge, and Beach goes, Beach takes him down. I thought he was going to go down from the second rocket, but he doesn't. Bane goes onto the medic, takes down him and the Roman soldier, so good work from him again. And once again, they get a nice couple of kills, and then they just throw it away by losing 3 more. And
I'm going to have to say that was actually a really good play by Team English, because they managed to force Clanda's Uber, whereas they've kept the crits for themselves, so they'll be able to push straight back in with the crit streak.
Yeah, exactly. And if you can look at the health on the red team at the moment, Clanda just all over the place, and they just won't be able to commit to any kind of push, even if they're in a stronger position in terms of numbers. In fact, Blue Eagle changing from Roman soldier onto the sniper, so I guess they know that they're going to crits in, so they don't have the protection of the Uber. They're going to just try and take down the medic with a body shot early on. He's the sniper from the left side of balcony, holding very far back in his trash position. I like where Bones is holding, although now he's doing that standard medic thing where you want to be able to see where the crits is coming from. So you stand in a position where the crits can get you for that very reason. So it's kind of a bad thing to do. You should just hide and trust his team.
Pushed in through the resupply. Going straight.
Yeah, getting a frag early, and in fact there's a body shot onto Susu, so completely working out for them. The Roman soldier switched to sniper, taking down the medic, and that's exactly what they needed. They need to commit onto the Spire now, and they're going one by one. Beach comes in, does a lot of work on the Spire, takes down Kane, in fact, and Sadface, and great play from him. And so Beach doing fantastic work on the Spire, takes down 2, the medic's already down. And
Honky here actually going for a big play. He's going on the back cap.
Once again, of course. So where is he at the moment? He's actually on the Spire now, and the soldier's going to have to bomb to him. And he completely blocks him, so it's a fantastic play from him, but this cap will happen on middle, I think. Yeah, so Clanda just getting that cap on the middle, so the block was enough. Even though he didn't actually get onto the Spire, he managed to just delay the cap enough. And Team English have lost three players now, so they're finally, Clanda, they're pulling something out of the bag, but it could be too little too late at this stage. We're only 7 minutes remaining, they have to get 4 rounds just to break even. And two scouts on the Spire, this is going to put a lot of pressure. It doesn't look like Team English are going to contest it, and the momentum is definitely shifting. You can feel the confidence that Clanda are getting, and this is the kind of thing they need at the end of the map. If they're going to go into the second map, even if they lose this, they need to have the confidence going into the second to actually pull anything out of the bag.
Yeah, Team English now actually have the Uber, whereas Clanda don't, so Team English are going to opt to push out of the point. They're now in upper lobby with the Demo and Soldier. They really need to get the scout straight onto the Spire though if they're going to push this.
Yeah, they're taking a scout down in return, so they don't have to worry too much about the back cap now, and they're actually committing a hell of a lot, and it looks like Clanda just all the way back. I can't see where's their flank, because they're holding very defensively. I'll be expecting something onto the last point, and some great work. Tom taking down 1, but the scout's on his last, and he caps it. Fantastic play from Abomination. So, yeah, you can see them playing very, very defensive, just waiting to block the Spire, and yeah, some great flanking play from the Roman soldier and scout finishes off the round for them.
Yeah, like I said, if you're going to push out at your last point, you really need to make sure you cap that Spire as fast as you possibly can. Especially if they have 5, 6 players up. It's just not a good idea to just leave that last point there.
Yeah, leaving just 1 player on it even isn't enough, especially when you have that flank coming from 2 and just overwhelming him, even though you got the 1 frag. And again, Team English opting for the same rollout in the valley. But Tom getting taken down this time doesn't manage to take down the medic or the demo, but they have lost 3 players. And Kane bombing in with the advantage that he knows they have, does a lot of damage to the soldier. He gets cleaned up by a scout, and it's just the demo medic, in fact. The ones who get taken down earliest on every middle so far are the ones that are remaining this time, and they're just going to back out. Kane just bullying them back with a bit of spam from Choke. And yeah, they're just going to get scouts, I imagine, onto Spire from Choke in a second. Yeah, Sadface coming in, and Soldier just starting to cap up a little bit, going to bully them back into trash, and some smart play from them. What do you think about when went wrong for that middle? It didn't seem like they seemed like they controlled Tom a lot better that time.
Yeah, I'm just pretty interested by what the the Team Clanda scouts actually do. They don't seem to actually try and fight anyone, they just seem to try and get behind the Team English, rather than actually defend the demo, like you said.
Yeah, it's a really like awkward defense there.
Yeah.
They like tried to defend Spire. Beach got taken down because he tried to commit for it. The cap happened, so half of them backed out, and yeah, Beach stayed in, gets taken down, and now they're just going to push with that advantage. But he is back up and has stickies on the point. No, on over main at the moment.
But yeah, both teams just going for a standard play here, just waiting for both the Ubers to come up.
The thing is, in the immortal words of the old Team Infused, they can just park the bus now, and they can actually just sit here. They don't have. They know that clanda has to push them, and with 3 rounds, they have to push now if they're going to get them. They need 3 fast rounds, and Scout just getting a kill onto the enemy Scout is going to really halt their push onto last. It doesn't look like clanda are even going to try and commit for this. Maybe they're just going to give up and realise that they've lost this map, and just try and hold on to last. The Uber comes in, and maybe they haven't even checked the clock. Both even Ubers, Golden again going for the point, gets taken down by the stickies from Beach, and it's kind of useless. He keeps dying in these Ubers, and Susu taking a lot of damage this time, once again escaping. Not enough pressure on him to take him down, and it looks like they're just gonna keep trying these pushes onto last, waste the Uber, and try and make it such that clanda can't push out, or at least their pushes out are going to be slow. And clanda really need to get pushing. They are already out, so fair play to them. They're actually on the wire. They need to be in. Tom and Kane with the spam from Choke, and Tom with a huge bomb takes down both scouts, and that's honestly, I think that could be the end of the game from them.
Yeah, like I said, if they are going to push this last, they need to focus a bit more on the kills, because every time they are going straight for the point and just losing 2, 3, or maybe even 4 players just going straight for that point, rather than securing the kills and then going for the point, which they should learn after 8 to 9 failed pushes.
Yeah, I guess maybe they didn't realise because they actually are getting the cap, so it feels like a success, but they're just ending up in the worst position after. They need to have like a little less, yeah, like you say, a little less about focusing on the point. Maybe have 1, maybe 2 players focusing on the point, and then the rest just need to bully the rest back at Choke or wherever the enemy team's holding, so they can't defend them and can't get those frags. Let's have a look, see what's actually going on here. It looks like they're trying to push in. Yeah, the Ubers have been forced, and Tom going down, and Honky going down as well. So the man advantage for clanda, and yeah, in fact, with only 2 minutes 40 left, it's actually a GG now. They can't get this back, I don't think, unless they happen to get 3 absolutely lightning rounds, which I think is physically possible in the time limit. But with the game as it is, it just doesn't look like it's actually going to happen. So I'm just opting for this little hiding position just outside the main door, trying to catch anybody out who comes through to try and cap the Spire. And I think they're just going to try and clanda just giving up this map. They're going to just say, let's try and finish it strongly, so we can go into the next map with a bit of confidence and try and take some points from in the next game.
Tom's actually going for the back cap here through the bottom left with his scout, so they probably are going to get this back cap.
And they are. Yeah, great call from you. I didn't even see that. So yeah, doing to them what clanda did in the last round successfully. They managed to get their flank all the way in, and I feel like this game has definitely gone that way because of a lot of flanking play. Like Honky is getting behind an awful lot. He's managed to back up Spire at least once, and he's a constant threat from behind, and that's something they need to sort out. The roaming soldier seems to be getting far too much done on middle, and he's getting a lot of picks on the flank as well. And then Honky's just able to have this freedom on the flank then after Tom's doing some great work. So, and with of course without that man advantage, just means that the rest of the team is free to go wherever they like, and Golden showing that he can just play as aggressive as he wants because there's just no pressure on him. And with his final middle going a full team wipe, it could even be a 6-1 win for Team Ingrish if they manage to push onto last quickly. Both soldiers actually on Spire at the moment, and they're just sitting to cap it. I don't think clanda really. I don't think they really care about the situation right now. It doesn't make any difference if they lose this last one. They do have a heavy in Pyro, knowing that they have the Uber disadvantage. They're just going to try and wait out the Uber. 40 seconds remaining. I think they can wait and use the Uber on this last push before the time runs out, but it's going to be quite tight, especially if they don't charge it quickly. Susu on 60% right now. Yeah. He's going to have the time, and it's going to be a quick push. I don't know whether they're going to get it. They're spamming the heavy from main at the moment.
No, they're probably not going to get this unless they do actually go in with the Uber, and if they're not going to build it, they're not going to get it in time. But they might.
You say that, but Golden just takes down the medic with some nice aim stickies, and Kane just walking onto the point, takes the frag, and
Another
Kane,
huge play by
huge
Kane.
Kane finishes off the round. So we can say that it was Kane who carried everything because he was the one who got the final cap. It looks like they're asking for a server change, so there may be some need to change SCVs. Let me just get in contact with one of them. Let's yeah, talk me through what happened. What does clanda need to do in the next map to try and have a bigger impact?
But clanda just needs to be they need to do more things. They're not actually doing a lot. They're just waiting, sitting about, and just losing. And when they are actually pushing, they're deciding to focus a lot more on the caps than the kills, which obviously is something that's good, but you do need a kill or two before you can actually go on the cap, or else you will just be killed.
Yeah, the logs are actually up, so I'm gonna just see if I can find these. What are the team names? Joint versus Red, so that'll be that one. So, what were you saying? Golden with a 90% damage. In fact, it's Golden nowhere near. Beach is on 10,000, way up at the top, and Way, in fact, on 9,700. So, the two top damage players, both coming from clanda, and it's kind of strange because if you look at the stats for each round, Red were often getting more damage, just not getting the caps. And I think that's pretty indicative of the kind of game that's happening. They're just not able to focus the objective when they need to, and they're focusing it when they don't need to. And so they're having these long fights, they're doing a lot of damage and just not getting the focuses and not getting the kills that they need.
Something to point out as well is Bones dying 14 times to Susu's 5. Susu's also getting a lot more heals out.
Yeah, Susu's 5 deaths was very impressive. He was always backing out very, very early on the last point when it looks like it was lost. And they just never really tried to chase him down, and he was pretty much free to just escape. And often that meant that he had the Uber advantage pushing last. And so fair play to him. He's done a lot of good work for his team. Keeping that Uber advantage really put them on the front foot the entire time. And in that round that I think ultimately clanda won, when it was 4-0 to 4-1, that was a really crucial round because although clanda did win it, they managed to waste a good 10 minutes or so on that particular round just by pushing their last over and over and over again, and clanda really having no response when they try and push out onto Spire. Something interesting to notice actually, the heal spreads. Looking at like Golden with 39% heals from Susu, whereas Beach only has 17%. So Beach having wildly lower heals than Golden and still managing to pull out the big damage. So anybody looking for a Prem demo, I think you should go no further than Beach. Seems to be doing great work for his team, and maybe if they threw a few more heals on him, he'd be getting up in the high 14-15k mark, and you'd be seeing some GDK like plays, maybe the crit streak coming out. I think that could be something that they could opt for on the next map. They'd just take a crit streak. If Beach is having a good game, which it looks like he is with his damage numbers at least, and of course his kill death ratio is also really strong. In fact, looking at the kill death ratio, who has the highest kill death ratio, Jackkai? I'd like you to say.
The highest kill death ratio is Beach. No, it's not. It's Kane. Oh, fuck me, Kane. That's my man. Look at Kane there with a huge play. Oh my god.
Yeah, massive.
So Kane's just one of the best players I've ever played with in my life.
Just playing that safe pocket role. No, never needing to extend so far. Comes out with a big how many is it? 30 frags. In fact, Tom getting the most kills, 36 in that game, and so like massive for him. Like I said, every middle he had a huge impact, and a lot of the mid fights went down to how well he did, as well as obviously the scouts wanting to back him up as well. And yeah, that's something I don't think it's as effective on Gullywash. The middle it does favour the Roma to an extent, but it's not as easy to pick the medic, I don't think.
I'm gonna have to say though, the next map being Gullywash is the next map Gullywash.
Yeah, Gullywash. Right.
It's more of a scout-dominated map, in my opinion. Followed by the demo and then the soldiers.
I always think that Badlands is the most scout-dominated map, but yeah, I mean, if you look at like Prem teams, you see scouts like Kyler for fun going massive amounts of kills and damage on Gullywash, and yeah, I suppose you know if they can make the flank work, this is the difference I suppose between Prem games and this kind of level at the sort of bottom end of Division 3, I suppose. It's you can have this kind of imbalance in teams where you have a flank that's way stronger than your enemies, even if you have your combo that's way stronger. So it's you have an interest where it's coming down to a lot of DM and who can actually survive the most in their weaker areas. I think
the lower divisions are a lot different to Prem. I see a lot of people watching Prem games, but I think that's quite silly because, say, a Div 5 team, like let's take our team for an example, our scouts are a lot more dominant than our soldiers, so we do a lot more scout plays, which in turn makes us win, which is what these sort of teams should do. They should find out what players are the best, which obviously for Team English is Caned, and just work a lot more around Caned.
Yeah, that's definitely an important point. Like, trying to throw the heals on the players that are doing the most work and support them, and get your team to back them up. Like we said, Beach only receiving 17% heals is absolutely tiny. In fact, I've just noticed on this heal spread that Goose, the scout, has 30% heals, which of course is from charging the Uber, but still 30% heals compared to Beach's 17% is a huge amount. So yeah, it's just some crazy heal spreads from them. And in fact, while he was getting that much heals, the other scout seems to be getting absolutely nothing. He's not showing up on the heal stats at all. So absolutely zero heals going the way of who was the other scout? I can't even remember, of Abomination. So Abomination obviously playing this very Roman scout and seems to be getting taken down a lot. We saw him dying a lot on the flanks, and it's a bit of a shame for him, I suppose, because he doesn't want. You can't be a layer 34 deaths. You can't be giving away that kind of weakness all the time, because him dying on that flank is giving Honky the space he wants to just roam about and make these backcap plays that he likes to do so often.
Yeah, 34 deaths is insane for a scout, really. 34 deaths is just more than one a minute, which is just crazy.
Yeah, exactly. It's it's a lot of deaths. So I'd like to see him try and, I guess they definitely play with him being like this Roman scout, trying to make plays all the time, and it just looks like Caned on Pocket Soldier in particular is probably just dealing with it well enough. It's just him, so Abomination just going in without the support, and yeah, I think that's kind of the issue. If they had someone else backing him up, like the Roman Soldier, as often was the case for Team English, that would be the difference. I think that would mean that he goes from being the player that's sort of letting them down and getting all the deaths to the player that suddenly is actually carrying the team. He's the one who's making all the plays happen. They should try and work around him a bit more. Obviously, I don't know what their comms are like, and I'm not even sure who's main calling. So it comes down, of course, a lot to that. But I think that's something they should definitely try to aim for.
But yeah, I'd say more than 25 deaths from any of the actual classes is just crazy, because you're actually spending more time watching the game.